Yo, what's up? So I'm a little late to the patch notes, but I've already read some of the stuff. Pharah looks pretty good actually. Her S1 does attack up to herself, and then also if the enemy is frozen, she deals splash damage. Her S2 attacks all enemies and then inflicts defense down. That's pretty good. And then there's a passive there. So she has two passive actually. Her S2 passive is attacks against enemies with freeze are guaranteed to land critical hit. I don't think that's gonna be like anything crazy, but her S3, Storm Waves, dispels several buffs from all enemies, inflicts freeze and speed down, and then attacks them. Now depending on how many hits this is, this could be actually really good. Pharah then gains synergy. Passive at the start of a round, she gains synergy for 1 turn. If Pharah already has synergy at the start of her turn, dispels all control effects from herself. While synergy is active, Pharah gains AP after being attacked by enemy abilities. That's pretty insane. So she's gonna counter like Tiye Ethan comps, because if you can cut the turn in between, you can use the S3, remove all remove buffs, and then inflicts freeze on the enemy. So she could counter cleave very well. So synergy is undispellable, grants AP down immune, and then reduces damage taken. Now depending on how big this AP boost is, she could be really good. Surprisingly, she's not really that R6 dependent in my opinion, but her R2, new effect Stormy Waves, which is her S3 passive. After being attacked by an enemy ability, if Pharah has synergy and the attacker is flow attuned, the AP boost will be greatly increased. So yeah, they're desperately trying to counter Tiye after mega buffing her. So Tiye Ethan comps, if this greatly increase is as it says it is, it's greatly increasing, then she could be insanely good against like this type of comps. I might even just go for R0. Depending on how big the AP boost is, but we'll have to see. Her R4 is ignore resist by 20%, and then her R6 is second skill passive cold water splash. When any enemy has freeze, they take extra damage from Pharah. So I don't think there's gonna be anything crazy. I don't think she's gonna be like a massive DPS unit. She's more so for cutting in between cleave teams and then shutting them down like that. Emma, Jade Rabbit, is also looking pretty spicy, not gonna lie. Her S1, damage 100%. This time they actually gave us the multipliers for some reason. Damage 100%, attack 30%, and 30% chance to inflict stun. Ability 2, when Emma's teammate, excluding herself, takes a hit, Emma has a 15% chance to counter attack. If the teammate is Heng Yue, so she's kind of a combo unit, the counter attack chance increases to 100%. When counter attacking, attacks one enemy 3 times, damage per hit is 44%, and each hit has a 30% chance to inflict stun. If the enemy is inflicted with stun, she gains 25% AP, triggers once per turn. Her S3, Stomping Smash, attacks all enemies, damage 160% of attack. If the target is inflicted with stun, ignores 50% defense. Not bad. For every teammate taking damage, Emma gains 1 stack of Grumpy. When Grumpy reaches 10 stacks, Emma consumes all stacks, dispels all her debuffs, performs a pursuit attack with her S3. And then Grumpy is undispellable, attack plus 2%, maximum of 10 stacks. She looks similar to Adrena. She could be good in some trials. Depending on how this thing works, Emma gains 1 stack of Grumpy, every teammate taking damage. Now if it's per hit, then you only need 4 hits for her to max out to 10 stacks and then do the Stomping Smash. That could be very very good, because 3 hits, she does this S3, and then if there's multiple enemies that do multiple hits, another 3 hit, she's gonna do another S3, and then her Resonance also combos very well with Heng Yue. Her R2, if Heng Yue is an ally, Emma gains 1 the juice at the start. That's a new effect, undispellable. When the carrier dies, they revive with full HP and gain max stacks of Grumpy. Okay, her R2 is pretty cool. R4 is ignore resist with a 15% chance, and her R6, when casting Stomping Smash, Emma makes an allied Heng Yue cast Golden Moon, triggers once per turn. That's pretty interesting. So if the enemy does like a barrage of attacks on you, if this ignores cooldown like the twins, then this could be pretty insane. You can always like heal up and cleanse with Heng to your entire team, because Golden Moon is Heng S3, which cleanse all debuffs and heals for I think it was a 30% of maximum HP, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Both of the units look pretty interesting in my opinion. Yeah, they're already adding the Divinity system. I don't think they're gonna change anything about it. There's no mention of changes made in the Divinity system. They're gonna be added to the Echo pool, gold pool as well. And yeah, they're also gonna add Falsetto Fantasy. It cycles every 7 days. You get 3 Falsetto tokens per day at a max of 18, and you can receive challenge rewards 6 times per boss, so you can get 18 times single match rewards. And then you also get a one-time reward by getting a certain score. It's only a one-time reward. Right here, based on your challenge score, you can earn Divinity and blah blah. Moreover, achieving certain score will grant you one-time reward for hitting that score for the first time. I think this one is going to be like hitting 7.5 million or something on each boss. And you can claim that reward once, and that's it. And also, let's not forget, Falsetto Fantasy is also a leaderboard ranking based reward. Is also reward based on leaderboard ranking, so yeah, that's fun. Alright, login rewards. You can get 1000 Divinity Disc for a total of 7000. The limited echo event is going to be for Pharah, Intisar, and Ahmed. I wouldn't go for all 3 to be honest. Maybe Pharah, depending on her multiplier, but if you don't have Ahmed, then I think it's worth it to go for him, but he's already in the wish pool. You can get him anytime. Yeah. And then the Shimmer raid up is going to be Nusi. I won't be summoning for her. I don't really care about her anymore. She's only PvP. There's 2... No, actually, Tolan is just more impactful than her in PvP in my opinion, because he has the speed lead. He is the fastest Esper until Yunchuan gets his Divinity system, and then Xuanpin is just way better than her in PvE standing. She's just mostly just for PvP, and that's about it really. Even Tever, I would say, is worth more than Nusi at this point. Alright, so the Calamity Island mode. After clearing 100th floor of a pillar, double squad will be unlocked for that pillar. This mode contains 100 floors of stages, and you deploy 2 squads. And then once you reach 80th floor of the double squad mode, it will unlock a triple squad mode, which contains 50 stages. So yeah, you deploy 3 squads this time around, and you can get Divinity Disc, Shimmer Records, nice, and Legendary Bullymons. It's the same thing. You can for each mode you can only explore 10 floors per day, so make sure you check the Calamity Island so that you can clear 10 per day. Alright, so the hard mode, Desolate Lens. There's no reason for you to do easy mode anymore, like literally 0 reason if you can reach EX++ in hard mode. Okay, so hard mode is, they have a few buffs. Shadow Fire, Shadow Gale, Shadow Stream, and Shadow Glow gains a substantial boost in their stats. And then for each of the normal shadow bosses, Shadow Fire, Shadow Gale, Shadow Stream, type advantage will deal more damage, while the rest will be permanently petrified. So you can't run anything except for type advantage Espers. I don't think you can even no, you can run Shimmer Espers, because it is only Inferno and Wind, or you know, the RGB characters that will get petrified for forever in the Shadow Fire, Shadow Gale, or Shadow Stream. So you can still Tever abuse, you can still Xuanpin abuse for all 3 of the normal shadow bosses, and that's pretty much all the boosts that I get. And then Shadow Glow gets a different one. Shadow Glow, for each Esper of a different elemental class deployed, Shadow Glow takes plus 15% extra damage. And then for each Shimmer Esper deployed, he takes plus 15% extra damage. So the hard mode is just, you just want to be running type advantage, just like how the Ritual Miracle is right now. You just want to run type disadvantage, type advantage. Otherwise, you're gonna have miss rate up, and then you take more damage and stuff like that. And then for the leaderboard, the good thing is that the leaderboard is not separate. So everything is going to be shared between the hard mode and the easy mode. But the thing is, I think if you get EX++ for hard mode, it doesn't matter what score you get, you will be placed higher than anyone that scores more than you on easy mode. So for example, right, it's the same thing with Ritual Miracle. If you manage to clear Ritual Miracle 16 within like 499 turns or something, and then someone clears Ritual Miracle 15, which is lower than you, within 1 turn, it doesn't matter because they cleared it within 1 turn. You cleared hard mode, you cleared difficulty 16, which means you are placed higher than someone with difficulty 15. So it's going to be the same as shadow bosses from now on. So if you can clear hard mode with EX++, I don't think there's any reason for you to go back to easy mode. So yeah, we're gonna have to see. Story chapter reward adjustment. They're gonna give Divinity disc on the story rewards. So if you already cleared the story chapters, then you're gonna get a total of 22,400 Divinity disc, which totals up to 224 summons. From the login bonus, you can get 7,000, so that's 29,400. So just about 6 more summons from the Divinity disc, then you can get your guaranteed D3 Esper of your choice. So I'm probably gonna make a video on the first D3 unit that you're gonna want to make, because you know they give us just enough to get you D3 right off the bat for 1 Esper. Alright, some shop adjustments. Hati, Apollo, and Thor will be added to the Cube, Club, and then Tournament shop respectively for their divinities. Formation presets, we already know this. There's now 6 Esper team presets, so you can use this one for the shadow bosses, and also 3 teams preset, 3 teams of 5 Esper presets, which you're gonna use for Falsetto Fantasy and Sentinel Hunt. That's very good. And I think that's about it. The units look good, but I don't know, I'm not looking forward to the Divinity system, to be honest. They're already adding them in the Plaza, which again, like I mentioned, 7 Deadly Sins, when they drop Holy Relic, they don't add them in the Plaza because they tried it and then the entire community outraged and they actually removed it from the Plaza. But I don't know, DISLYTE has not received feedback because players just don't care anymore. You know, when players don't care, that's a sign that your game is starting to die rapidly. But yeah, that's about it really. Ciao.